Alright, Olivia, let's take a look at your paper. MLA format first, so this is good. This needs to move over to the left side. Your name, my name, class, and then the date is well, it's actually not the 24th of February. You hinted it on the 6th of March, so it should say 6th March 2007, no commas needed. You have a space here that needs to be eliminated. This is a really weak title. It's the topic of the paper, so you got to fix that. So you start with a quote from Macbeth, which is not a bad quote to start with. It's a really good quote, but then you do nothing with it. You just jump right into PTSD can have many negative effects. Like, I want to know where this quote comes from, why you're using it, what's the significance of it, what is it eventually going to tie into PTSD. You need to do all of that in that paragraph still. You are trying to use different language as far as word choice. Mind altering would be hyphenated. Imprinted into his head, I like that. Horrid, you're trying to use different words. So I like that you're trying to do that. You give all the symptoms. You even do a good job of citing it here. And I like your thesis statement too. So there's a lot in this opening paragraph that I like and that it works. So good job with that. You again got to eliminate those spaces there too. All right. Again, you start with a quote in this paragraph, but it doesn't relate to anything. You don't follow it up with anything. You're missing a period at the end here as well. You have some really good, information. Make sure that the very first time you mention something though is when you right here is where you want to use that quote. So move it right up there. And then because we haven't gone over this lesson yet in class, brackets yet, but when you have parentheses inside parentheses, they become brackets. So bracket PTSD, bracket parenthesis. So you'll want to fix that in the future as well. So you talk about he made his plan to kill Duncan. So you're trying to tie it back into his past battles. It sort of kicks in. But then you don't talk about what it does, which is where you should be going back to your thesis statement. So this is where you need to have your thesis statement come back in. He then plotted to kill Banquo. So this is a kind of a convoluted sentence. Remember, I've already read this story, and you have to assume your reader pretty much has as well. So maybe you don't need so much detail. When he sees Banquo's ghost after he has murderers murder them, comma, I don't know, something like that. He envisioned Banquo's ghost before him, caused him to hallucinate. Notice caused him to hallucinate, causing Macbeth to start acting strange in front of his guests. So just be careful with your word choice too. It became one of his downfalls again. How does that relate to your thesis? He was losing his mind with the death of his two friends on his barbaric hand. So again, really good word choice. I like the different word choice, Olivia, but you're really not diving into your thesis statement at all. You need a transition statement to kind of move you into the next paragraph. So make sure you have a strong transition statement. All right, Olivia, we got to be careful with this paragraph. Because you start off with, they're more likely to change their beliefs, and PTSD can make someone change the way they feel they once felt about an activity immensely. That's wrong use there. By showing a lack of interest in activities they once had enjoyed. Cause depression or depressed feelings in someone's life. So these are your symptoms that you've set up so far. There's a lot of different ones here. You got a space problem. So you're going to talk about manipulation by Lady Macbeth. This is not the same font size, so you got to fix that. But then it says Macbeth then made murder a habit. He went from feeling so much guilt and remorse and guilt, to not caring at all. But here's my point. What does this have to do with this symptom right here? By not feeling what you used to feel about it, or causing depression or depressed feelings. You really haven't talked about that. Dirty deeds is probably the wrong tone. I don't know what having the country in tyranny has anything to do with it. You have a comma and a period here at the end. You got to fix that. This almost seems like a different symptom. He uses anger to get what he wants and aggressive behavior, but that's not really what you set up here for what your main point was going to be. So this paragraph really is in need of some narrowing down and some exploration of whatever topic you're going to come up with. His diseased head isn't a bad word choice there. All right, you do a lot to set up the idea of this distancing part. You do have a citation, but it's right in the middle. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more throughout here. You got a misuse of a semicolon here, so just be careful with that. This is essentially your topic sentence, but it's not really your topic sentence because you don't only talk about Lady Macbeth in here. And go back and think about that with your topic sentences. Are they really talking about everything in here? Misuse of semicolon again. Lots of plot here, but we still need to work that thesis statement in. This is awkward wording. Later to discover they murdered to become king, and then his own men turned on him. Again, that's really awkward. Doesn't set up the quote right. So anyways, you really got to work on that. Not a strong connection to the thesis at all. A little almost too much about the disease and not about Macbeth. And again, the whole murderous rage. Remember we talked about ravenous at the beginning. Like, how is that even being used in your body paragraphs? You really got to focus on that in the future. All right. So he hallucinates. Noticeable change. This is again wrong use of semicolon. Paranoia, but you don't really talk about paranoia at all. His terrorizing thoughts ended up with him losing his life and power. That's a really weak last statement. Doesn't tell us much at all. Okay, works cited page. Make sure it's all the way to the left side. Make sure it's in alphabetical order by the first thing that shows up. Other than that, though, you have everything here that you need. This would not be a Google PDF, I'm pretty sure. It's from gstatic.com. So go back and look at that and how that actually is supposed to look with your works cited. Olivia, it's not bad. Just got a lot of work to tie that thesis in, to clean up some of the punctuation errors, so on and so forth. So I think you're on the right track. Just keep it up, and hopefully we'll see a rewrite out of you.